It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Okay, I think you can hear me now, right? Yeah, that's the stuff. So I'm going to share my screen again. I don't know why it wasn't working. Here's my page, and I think I'm ready to color. Let's make that full screen. All right, page 42. I'm doing colors. Oh, see? Okay. Disaster Piece Theater. That's what this show should be called. So let's pull up Photoshop. And I'm laying flats in. Let's see. Let's get some of these plates and things done. The ones on the tables. So I still need to do I need to finish the flat colors, and then once I've got that going, I'm going to punch it up with some like gradients here and there. I'll probably change some lines like these swoop lines of him skating by. I'll probably change the colors of the ink to like a light blue or something. And some other things can be pushed back in by changing the color. I'll do some color holds. And what else? I don't know. So right now, though, I'm laying in the flats. So we're gonna I'm making these plates match the ones that Petunia, the little ghost waitress girl, is carrying. So yesterday I spent 8 hours coloring my comic. Not on stream. And then I did an overnight shift at my day job, a 10-hour shift there. Oh, you know what I can't see is comments. Okay, there we go. So I almost wasn't even planning on streaming today, but I don't get a lot of time where I'm alone in the house lately, so it's hard to find good times to stream. because a lot of the time there's a TV on in the background and there's people gabbing. But so I was like, I can't pass this up. I gotta get on camera and ink my or color my book. Do some ink the book show nonsense. You dig? Because I don't stream as much as I would like to these days. I'm always drawing. It might not seem that way lately. Because I am not posting drawings on social media nearly as frequently these days either. You know, sometimes you got to take it one thing at a time, and I am trying to burn through this book. My goal for this month is to ink 20 or to color rather 20 pages. Now, when I was inking the book, I could do a page a day. I could ink a page a day as long as I had them penciled ahead of time. But coloring takes me a bit longer because it's a little more involved. So if I can get 20 by the end of July, I already have one in the can, and we're on July 2nd. By the way, I'm gonna stay on as long as I can. Once my roommates come home, I'll probably have to end it or go back to work. Leave at 10 p.m. It's 3:48 right now. So I'm gonna hopefully finish this page today. I mean business. I'll have you know. Okay. There's them plates. These people have things on their plates. This is some kind of asparagus. No, or something. Yes. It is breakfast time. What are these people doing? Maybe those are eggs next to the asparagus. Asparagus might be kind of weird for breakfast, but I'll allow it. This guy also some sort of egg. Mumbo jumbo. Let's see. Let's get this guy's skin colored. Now I do flats this perhaps tedious way. I've seen people color it where they just take the lasso tool and they just do big chunks at a time and then hit that fill tool and do that, and then they're just toggling back and forth between lasso and fill. I'm not too huge on that. I don't know. I don't like it. But oh geez, what did I do now? Select brush. I've seen people use that method very effectively. Notably, off the top of my head, I believe that's how Jason Brubaker works. The guy who did Cithra on Webtoon. He did Phobos. I have his Phobos book. And I believe Gabe Al-Taib, who used to color a lot of stuff for DC until recently. I believe that's how he worked too. Ah, geez. That little smidge smaller. You know what? I'm gonna do a special reach out to Liam. Let's see if I can get his booty on in here. My brother. Copying the link. I'm sending it to Liam. I'm saying, join me, comma, won't you? Ah, geez, that's not the. That doesn't look right. How the link sent to him. Maybe it is. I guess he tried to invite me to breakfast this morning, and I missed it because I was asleep because I had just gotten home. I saw, by the way, I think last time I was streaming, I was saying I was thinking about seeing Asteroid City with my sister. Did I talk about seeing it? I did go and see it with my sister. The funny thing is, okay, so we were getting there like right as the credits for the show we wanted to see would have been ending. We're like, we're probably going to be like a minute or two late to this movie. So we go to the little kiosk because all the theaters have the kiosks that you buy the tickets at, right? We're like, there's a showing at 8:45. We're getting there at, or no, there's a showing at 8:30. We're getting there at 8:45, like right when the credits would be ending. So we walk in, we buy the tickets at the kiosk, and then it sends us, it's like theater 9. All right, we go in. The movie's already in progress. We're sitting there, we're watching it. We're like, independently, we're both thinking like, wow, Wes Anderson's really unknowable in this one. What's going on? Like, how much of this movie did we miss? I haven't understood a single word in 15 minutes. Then all of a sudden, uh, the credits roll. And we're like, what the hell? Didn't this movie just start? And no, I guess they were playing it in two separate theaters. So the one that we were trying to see, that like sneak in at the, or get in at the very last second, uh, was probably in another theater. And then this one, we bought like I think because we bought it at the kiosk, like the cutoff happened for seeing it at 8:30 or 8:45 or whatever. So it put us in the next showing, which was in the other theater at like 9:30. So we waited, we left the theater, waited around in my car for like 20 minutes, and then went back in and saw the movie. And I thought, because we just saw the end of the movie and we're like, I was like, I don't know about the rest of this movie, but that ending really didn't make it seem like a movie I want to see anymore. And but so the movie started, And, in the context of the rest of the film, the ending, I liked it a lot more. I thought it was a pretty good movie, especially after me and my sister were talking about it a little bit afterwards. I really liked it. It was a good one. It's a little artsy fartsy in a way, but I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was really good. And there's some really funny stuff in it. There's like this, so it's like all these like junior science. It's like this junior science club kind of thing. Like all these kids from around the country have invented stuff, and um, they're 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 in Asteroid City for like some kind of like convention, and like whoever, like one of these kids is going to get the big prize, like of $5,000, like a $5,000 check, and but then there's like an alien encounter, and they're kind of quarantined in this town, and meanwhile, um, one of the families that's there is Jason Schwartzman and his 4 kids. He's got 3 twin daughters, triplet daughters, and his son who made this thing that projects images onto the moon. And so yeah, while they're there, there's all these like little science kids, and they're just like hanging out and getting to know each other. And there's this one kid who's like, "Do you dare me to eat this hot pepper? It's for an experiment." And everyone's like, "No, don't eat that. That's gonna hurt you." And then like it pans off somewhere else to the next character talking about whatever they're talking about, and then you see this kid running like for the sink, like shoving his head under the sink to get some water. But he like keeps doing stuff like that. Like, "Do you dare me to jump off this roof?" "No, you're gonna get hurt." He jumps off the roof. Um, yeah, I think he was one of my favorite parts of the movie. But it was a good movie, Asteroid City. And the main reason, I didn't even know what it was about before I went and saw it. Um, I just thought it looked really beautiful. It's kind of like Wile E. Coyote looking backgrounds, very pastel, and Wes Anderson-y. He's always got the very neat, tidy, overly planned shots on his pictures. I just thought it looked really cool. And then there's, everybody's in it. There's Steve Carell's in it. Tom Hanks is in it. Jason Schwartzman I like. Who else? Tilda Swinton. Edward Norton's in it. Some other people. But Maya Hawke is in it. And people. Oh, it's got that Margot Robbie, and it's got Goldblum. It's got freaking, who's the other woman? Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, shut up, you. Get out of my life. For crying out loud. Neating and tidying it up. That's the name of the game. Let's see. Let's give this guy a. I might do it now. I was gonna do his hair that same color, but I don't like that. Actually, maybe I kind of do. I'll make it different, but I thought thought my Photoshop closed for a second there. Okay, I'll make it a little redder. Redder and better. So yeah, after the flats, see, this is from the lasso. You get that little outline. I don't like that. After the flats, I usually do a layer for shadows. I do a layer for color holds where I change the ink color to different colors for certain things. I'll show you. Like, so here's the last page I did. On the window, I think I did a lot on this page. On the window, see the Rusty Skillet logo? I made a green color. So if I take away the color hold layer, oh well, you won't even be able to see the because I erase it on the ink layer below it, but I do have another layer where it's still there. So underneath the colors, so there it's green. Then I take it away, it's black. I also did that with this little puff of this little steam coming off the trash there. Made that gray. I did some on the windows in some places, like where the pane of glass is. And then the sound effects. The automatopoeias. Oh, and for Petunia herself, because she's a little ethereal. Right? There's the shadows. There's the colors. So any gradients I do right onto the flats layer after I get them all settled. I throw gradients here and there where I feel like it'll punch it up. And then I do color holds to kind of make it stand out a little more. And then those are good for depth. Sometimes it'll separate backgrounds out from foregrounds. I was doing that a lot in the last scene where we're introduced to Bonehead, and he's like out in this. You see the skyline because they're on the top of the building, and it was good for like separating out. So if I did like these background lines, if I did a color hold on these background lines, that would be good for separating out, making these characters and tables stand out in front of this background line. I don't think I'm going to do it for that on this page, but I could, and it would really help. It would help the clarity a little bit. It would push that background further. It would separate it out better. Might not be a bad idea, but I don't think I'm going to do it in this case. Let's see now. Where was I? So I'm doing this little schmuck. And here he's got a fork in his hand. Look at my sloppy color job. I'm going to make that later. I'm going to clean some of this up after I finish this fork. Let's see. This is nitpicky. I don't have to be this nitpicky. I just am. All right. Okay, this guy also has some pupils in it on his eyes. You know, let's sometimes I like to do like yellow pupils. Makes their eyes look like fried eggs or something. I just don't like doing like I'm always kind of tempted to do um green eyes for some reason. So I like to change it up. So I do a lot of red eyes and yellow eyes sometimes, just for the sake of variety. Hey, she's got a fork over here too. She's checking her time, or she's checking the time on her watch. I think this date's going too well. It's presumably a date. Let's see. So she's like some kind of ant lady. I think I'm gonna make her kind of reddish too. Everyone in Necropolis, where Bonehead lives, is something. That's how I usually put it. Everyone's something. Um, and usually there's like a kind of something that the people are. Like there's a lot of bugs and devil people. Not satanic devils, but I make these devil people. Um, there's ghosts, like Petunia down here. There's a slug waitress that also works in this establishment named Gladys. Um, I don't know what is a character I would not do in this world, but I feel like it's usually like a certain kind of thing. On one recent page, there was an iguana guy, a mouse guy, uh, and what else was there? A roach guy. I actually on that page that I'm talking about, I actually used those three characters um, because they were in the background of a shot in the Bonehead cartoon I made that I put up on YouTube a long time ago. Flatting, flatting, flatting all the live long day. It's not the tune of a song. This lady's got places to be. I'll bet this guy over here thinks he's nailing it on this date. Buddy, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. She's what was I gonna say? collect my thoughts on this one. I was going to say she's about one conversation about his workout routine away from faking a death in the family. Yeah, there we go. Stuck the landing. Just took me a little while. All right, so that's that lady. Whatever. Give her a. What color should her blouse be? You know what? I'm going to go with yellow again. A nice light yellow. I'm inclined to do blue, but he's wearing blue. And I ain't no one-trick pony, see? I've heard tell of other colors than blue. Here's proof. Son. Let me bump this up a size or two. So I'm doing an overnight shift, 10-hour overnight shift at my job tonight, again. You know, it take me down a peg. I've had it too good for too long, you see. Okay, I thought I wasn't making sense of the color here, but I get it. That's right. This is the floor. This is her chair. And let's give her watch band some kind of color. What a cutie. What a cutie pie, this ant. She's the kind of ant you could take home to mother. I know I would. And my mom would be like, quit bringing all these bugs into the house. I'd be like, Mom, it's 2023. You can't talk like that anymore. Jeesh. Do I like that color for the eyes? Probably not. Probably not. Dumble. We'll see. Maybe I'll fill it in with something else in a sec here. Ouch. Trying to stifle a belch over here. Let's go a little like that. For her antennae. My oh man, my buddy, my roommate, Tyler, sent me a picture the other day of, I guess he was shopping at the Walmart, putting mom and pop stores out of business. My roommate, by going to the big box guys. No, I'm just kidding. But he was shopping at Walmart and came across all these vintage Ninja Turtles, and they weren't like just, you know, basic series ones. There was basic, like the original line version of Donatello and Shredder and Wingnut, who I got my roommate got me a bunch of Ninja Turtle guys for Christmas, which, oh man, there was nothing like opening that on Christmas. It was like I literally felt five again when I opened the box and saw those in there. It was otherworldly. But there were those there, and then there were like other, like the pizza tossing ones where they had the pizza box in their chest, and they would fire pizzas out. And there were like also the ones, it was like the movie turtles where they're in the trench coats. And he sent me that picture. I'll have to put that on the Discord. Um, I I was like, holy crud! I couldn't believe that Walmart was selling those. I haven't seen them since I was 6. Oh, Zerquar. Zach's in the chat. Why isn't it pulling him up? They're remaking the line. Also, that's adorable and awesome. What was adorable? Something nice? Oh, the Christmas thing? Yeah, man, he got me some kind of pack online. It came with 4. I've got Leatherhead, which was one of my favorite toys in my life. And look, I mean, you can't see, but in this package, he's got his like bear trap kind of thing, and then his shotgun. When I was a kid, my brother got mad at me, and he flushed the shotgun down the toilet because he knew it was my favorite weapon of all the toys that I have. And I was pretty devastated about that. And now I got it. So I've got Leatherhead here, who's one of my favorites. I've got Mutagen Man, who's like, he's got these like monster arms and legs, but his body is like a glass body. And then inside, it's like a system of organs. Now, when I had this guy as a kid, he came with a bunch of like little pieces that you could put inside of him, and then you'd fill them up with water and they would float around inside of him. It didn't come with the little pieces, and that kind of bugs me. But I also got Wingnut and Screwloose, the bat and his mosquito companion, and then I got a foot soldier too. And I never had a foot soldier when I was a kid. I knew other kids who had a foot soldier. The kids, the people that babysat me when I was a kid, when I was like 5, living in the city, they had Baxter Stockman, who I never had, but always wanted. And they had a foot soldier, I remember. Let's see. Shut up, you. Shut up, you head. This isn't going to be better. What the what? Is that the color I just picked? I could have sworn I picked a orange color. But I don't even think I want an orange color. Not that, anyway. Something like reddy orange. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So there's this fine lady. Sleeve 2. I think that's about it for the flats, no? The bare flats. Here, let's zoom out, shall we? I think. Okay, so now we're gonna. Oh, wait, hold on. I see something. A couple things. So there's this employees only sign. We'll do like that. Yeah, I'm a huge Ninja Turtles guy to this day, apparently. Like nothing I've gotten for Christmas hit me like those things did. that was a cool feeling. Let's see. That is technically a color. I could do that. But I think I'm actually just going to do this. I don't need it to wake the neighbors, you know? I just need it to be in the background. Okay, I'll probably, well, I know I will. I'm also probably going to do like a circular gradient. You know what? For some reason, gradients, maybe somebody in the world can reach out to me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I know when I would do circular gradients before, I've come up with workarounds for stuff like this, but like when I'm doing gradients, right? I was having this problem when I was trying to do a gradient on one of my color holds on one of my last streams, and I just ended the stream there. And I figured out a different way to do it later. But when I do gradients, I'll do a circular gradient. For example, here's a circular gradient. Okay, so I go into the colors, right? If this would cooperate. Okay. So let's make this, I want it to be red in the middle, and then I want it to fade out to nothing. But I'm going to make it the same red or whatever. All right. Whatever. Close enough. And then, so here it's 100% opacity. Here it's now 0 opacity. So it fades to invisible. But when I do it here, that's what I get. It won't. Then, hold the phone. Did I not? Let's try and reverse it though. Now, I don't know. I have problems with see, like even up here, the preview, it doesn't show the opacity difference. And I didn't used to have a problem with that, but now I'm having a problem with that. And it's the same with linear gradients too sometimes, I think. Is there some setting I'm doing wrong? I don't know. Oh, hold on. There's a thing right there that says transparency. Are you kidding me? How did I not notice that till now? You know how much grief that's caused me? I've been cooking up workarounds like a madman. Still got it on reverse. Okay. If you want transparencies on your gradients, you got to click that transparency button, people. You got to click it. Otherwise, you're out of luck. You're looking into the barrel end of some trouble. All right? So click that transparency button, or so help me. All right. Well, that's what we do here on Ink the Book Show. We solve problems. We figure stuff out. Except for when we do not figure stuff out. You feel me? In those cases, we just languish and wither away on the vine. We suffer. So now I think the bare flats are done. I think I'm going to pop in some gradients. Okay, so let's start with this window here, these windows. So I always keep the last page open because, especially if I'm in the same scene, I can reference colors that I just used, you know. So let me go to this page. See all my windows? Well, that's even the same shot. So I'm going to take my gradient. I don't need a transparency on this one. On these ones, I won't. So it can just be set to 100 and 100. I'm going to pick the starting color of this end. This is a shadow on top of that, so I'm not worried about. That's a different layer, so I'm not worried about picking like a totally wrong color there. And then this end, so I got that nice gradient. Back to our page at hand. I'm going to select this window. Select inside the R, Control, and then select it, and then gradient. Ow, I still have it on radial. Bullzinga. Okay, I'm going to do that over here and over here. You know what? I'm going to do them individually. And then let's go through. I don't think there's any more windows on this page, but just in case. No. Okay. And then I'm going to do a gradient on the walls. So same thing, select my gradient. This end, I'm going to start, This end, I'm going to start, or I'm going to finish it there. Boom. Back to this page, select it. I'm going to select every bit of it. I like this panel. Okay. Oh, wait, inside the P. You know what else you could do? Sometimes if I'm not sure if I'm selecting everything in a panel or if it's going to be too complicated to select all the different parts individually, what I'll do is I'll unclick that contiguous and I'll just select that and it'll select that color throughout the whole page. Now I'm not trying to do a gradient on the whole page at once because if I do, it'll do the gradient up to this point, but then that's all the darkest color. And then look, it only selected part of this middle part of the gradient. And so that's going to be all jacked up. See, we got that stripe there we don't want. But anyway, so what I do with contiguous unselected, I'll select the part that I want. So it's got all that blue selected in this panel. And then I'm just going to do like this marquee tool or whatever the heck. Ah, jeez. I unselected everything like a donkey might do. Okay, and then I do Alt. And I just drag that marquee if my computer can keep up with me. And I just do Alt and deselect everything that I don't want it to use. And then I'll go back to my gradient, do a little gradient. Wow, that's pretty. You know what? Now that I no, never mind. Oh, here is this one. Let's do marquee Alt. Boom, get rid of that. Get rid of all that. We'll do this panel. There we go. And then we're gonna, I think these bottom three, since it's like the same shot and they're kind of in the same spot, I think I can do all three of those at the same time. So I'm going to select marquee, Alt, get rid of all this. Plow, how you like me now. And then there we go. Select. Why don't I do geez. Select contiguous. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I don't do this to everything, but just spots that I think it's going to make it pop. Like I'll probably do it on the floor. I know I'll do it on Bonehead's head and Petunia. maybe something on that wolf. I'll probably do it on that wolf guy and his apron. I do it on this. Let's see. Since it's in the foreground, I just want it to, yeah. And I think I would do a radial gradient maybe here, but it's at that funky angle. Let me do brush, 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 brush. And this was one of my workarounds for not being able to do a transparency. I'm gonna change my brush to, and I don't know nothing about changing brushes other than just toggling back between a hard round brush and sometimes a soft one, right? Did I do it? No. Let's see. I doubt my abilities. That's quite what I want. Yeah, something like that. Okay. We're gonna do like geez. Then I'm gonna erase. Jeez. Not erase. I'm gonna use this color. I want it to be hard again. Okay, there we go. Now it's three-dimensional-ish. Still have to add shadows, proper shadows here and there, but that's the latest step. What else? Gradients is what we're doing. Gradients is the task at hand. Remember, Ryan? Focus! So look how this travels into the next panel. Marquee, Alt, get out of my life. All right. And then gradient, Bozinga. I don't know why I think it's funny to say Bazinga all the time. Like Sheldon in that show, Big Bang Theory. That's my idea of a joke. Saying something stupid from a stupid show. I'll call it stupid, but I've seen every episode just about. So who's really the stupid one? Let's make that deeper. All right. My Discord. I'm always trying to be more active on my Discord. Not that anyone's talking over there anymore, but I have like a nostalgia channel over there. And I just posted about the Teacher of the Black Lagoon books. Like there was like the teacher from the Black Lagoon, the gym teacher from the Black Lagoon, the art teacher from the Black Lagoon, etc. et al. Let's do this one. Librarian from the Black Lagoon. There's a lot more than I ever saw in my life, I found out. But I posted about those a little bit. I posted about today. I posted about the movie Screwed with Norm Macdonald. It's one of my favorite movies, but it never gets any love. Even in Norm Macdonald's book, based on a true story, which is the wildest. It's such a fun. It's such a fun story. Get the audiobook. Get your hands on the audiobook and listen to him tell it. But also get the book. But anyway, he mentions the Norm Show over and over. He mentions Dirty Work over and over. But no one ever, not that book, nowhere ever do I ever hear Screwed talked about. It's got Dave Chappelle. It's got Danny DeVito. It's a killer. It is a killer movie. I love it. I put the trailer for it in there, and I put just my little description of it. Japers. Leave me alone. What are you, the Photoshop police? Photoshop? I'm trying to gab while I'm working, so I'm not paying the best of attention, Photoshop. Give me a break over here. I drive better when I'm all over the road. I need tea. Good thing I've got a kettle right here at my desk. All right. Here, I'm going to do a new layer real quick. I just want to... Okay. If anything did what I wanted it to do, I'd be happy. What is he doing? What's he doing, everybody? All right, come on. Photoshop, keep up. It's like chugging at the moment. Sorry. Oh, for the love of Mike. What gives? You know what I hate? I hate when computers just won't. Like, you just want it to do one little thing, right? And it just won't. It's like right there. It's like, just do it. I don't ask a lot. I just ask that you do every single thing I ask you to do 1,000,000 times a day throughout the day. For Pete's sake, I'm gonna lose my mind. I didn't even mean to make a U. Do you know how I get so angry when it just doesn't cooperate? Nothing makes me mad. This should not have taken this long. It's just spazzing out my computer all of a sudden. But, you know, I'm just at its mercy, you know? One of these days, I'll get what I want, right? Right? I'll be happy again. I had a plan. I had a little plan here. And that's already fallen apart. Ah, for crying out loud. All right. You awake? You awake? Photoshop? Crying out loud. Seriously, nothing makes me angrier than when a computer won't cooperate. Especially when you find out what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to end it all. I'm going to end it all. I'm going to take my life and the life of all those around me. OMG. Uh-huh. We're so close to getting stuff doing what I need it to do. See, I was supposed to be able to do this while the kettle was heating, and it would have all been in one fell swoop. All right, I'll be back. Jeepers. Well, we can delete that layer now. You know what? Let's delete all the layers. What now? Photoshop, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. I got a book to make. You don't understand, Photoshop. This is killing me. I wish I was dead. Wish I was dead rather than alive. You know what I mean? Wait, I already threw a tea bag into my mug. Delete layer? Yeah, please do. Always delete when I ask you to do something, you know? When I ask you to delete something, I most certainly want you to delete it, right? If I want to undo the delete, I'll undo it, right? Wish you were dead. I wish we were all dead. Wipe this world clean. Get rid of all of us. That's how mad I am. Yes! All right. I'm getting homicidal. Unless it wants to start cooperating again. All right, let's see. What do I got to do? Let me close some stuff here. Okay. I'll even close, now that I have the flats, I'll close this other file, which hasn't been saved yet. So it's going to take. I'm here for the long haul, people, until. Yes, please save. I think it's quickening up. It's waking up. It's shaking the dust out of its cobweb-filled brain. It's saving. Then it will close that one. And then maybe this will move a little smoother. I don't know why all of a sudden it's giving me grief. All right. It seems to be, I think. Let it save and close that other file. In the meantime, let's talk about is anybody watching the new season of Always Sunny? Yeah? The new episode just had Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul playing themselves. That was good. It's been a fun season so far. Oh, Photoshop, you're killing me. To death. To death, you're killing me. This is why, by the way, this is why I inked the book by hand. Of course, I did it on live streams, so I was still putting computers into the mix in between me and finishing my project. But because I didn't want to draw the whole thing on a computer and then color it all on a computer, because computers always run into problems. They always need something else, right? Oh, please just save the phone. It's still saying it's saving 0%. Why in my life do these things happen? Do you see this? Do you see this red dot on that wall? I'm going to explode. Okay, good. Hey, it's reacting at least, and it saved 84%. Is this just me? I'm not a techie guy, all right? People look at me, they see the glasses, they say, "Hey, you're good with computers." I'm like, "Based on what?" All right? Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm going to select all this. There we go. We're back in business, I think. Alt. Get rid of all this. I don't need it. I don't want it. Okay. So we've got our gradient over here. Yeah, we still got the same colors picked. Let's see. Am I doing it backwards? See, I don't want that to blend into the tables too much. There we go. That's better. That's better. And then, in addition to that, I'm going to do something. I didn't do a line back here to indicate where the floor ends, but I want there to be a different color, like from here up. I don't want it to I don't want it to clash with his head too much either, though. So maybe I don't want to make it. I want to try to avoid tangents, and I don't want to. I don't want him to. I don't want it to conflict with this wolf character too much. What the? I don't even know what tool I have selected. Because I'm the reigning champ of sucking at everything. Sorry. I'm in a downward spiral of despair right now from Photoshop spinning out of control. Spinning my wheels over here on live TV. Is that gonna work? Does that soothe my ailing heart? Is that all I ever wanted? Just that? I think that works. Yeah, I'll live with that. I'll put that in my pipe and I'll smoke it. How do you like that? Okay, scalding hot tea. That's a nice candy paste. Oh, you know what else? There's also for my flats, there's this little baseboard here. And you know what? I closed the other page, remember? Well, it's something like it's not too different from that, the baseboard. And if it is, it's one of those they use that color changing paint, you know? And that's canon, baby. Color changing paint. Is that even a thing? Did I just make that up? Did I invent color changing paint? Um, you know what? I do need that other page, and I don't need it. I don't need the other page open. All right, I can do this. I picked all these colors. I'm the boss of this book. Okay, I don't need the last page dictating what I do on this page. You understand? Do you? Do you get what's going on here? I'm King Bonehead. All right, me. Not the last page. Me. Right. So let's select his Bonehead and gradient. I will tell this book who's boss. This book better know who's boss by now. Oh. Boss is like, yeah, that's what he, or this book is like, that's what he thinks. Select contiguous. Isn't that cute? He thinks he's the boss of me, says the book. Okay, now okay, let's get this wolf guy. I want to do something with him. For that, I'm not going to do contiguous. There we go. Let's go a little. Let's push that a little further. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what I need? When I get in a bad mood, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some dark chocolate. Got some Dove Promises or something. Whatever they're called. Yum. Okay. What's next? Petunia. Let's mess with her DNA. So there's that. So she's not up here, right? No. Doge. Okay, so let's do contiguous. Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga. Yahtzee. No, that'll work. That'll work. That's good. Okay. And there's that part of her hair. Then there's that wisp of hers. And then, so when I designed this character, all the main characters in Bonehead, it was like their design kind of had to have a catch or like a hook kind of thing. I wanted them to all be something. I don't know. They needed to have something interesting with with Petunia here. I had a boy ghost character that I was trying to figure something out with at one point, trying to make a story for at one point. It didn't work out. But then when it came time to give Bonehead a girlfriend, get out of my life. When it came time to give Bonehead a girlfriend, I was like, I thought it would be. I was trying to think of different characters to do, and I was like, oh, a ghost, like a little ghost girl, sounds like a good idea. And I thought of that other character, and he was just like a round head and a little wisp body. He had like little simple hands like this, and these aren't the best drawings of her, I feel like, but I like that expression. But so I just did a girl version of that character, and I thought it would be cool to have. So ghosts have that wispy tail, right? I thought it'd be cool to do the same thing with her hair. That was kind of her catch, or her hook. Mort's thing, Bonehead's little devil buddy. His thing is his design is a zigzag. If you see him at some point, he's just like his character. Here, I'll probably sketch him out real quick. So he's like. Why nothing work? Why nothing work? You know how dead I wish I was? I'm just kidding. His face goes back, and he's got these horns that go forward. So he's kind of shaped like that. And then he's got a crooked tail. So he's all based on zigzags, Mort. And Bonehead is just like, oh, it was the skull with the buck teeth. I thought was a nice thing. And originally, he didn't have that like peak in his head, but I was trying to come up with like a logo for him early on, and I thought it would be cool to have for him to have like just like when he was looking straight at you, and he isn't exactly now, but when I was first drawing him, I thought it would be like cool to be able to do him like a logo like that, like a diamond. Right? Oh, Photoshop's really batting 1,000 with me today. I am just gonna be their #1 customer today. They asked me to fill out a survey. No, just kidding. It's probably my damn computer. Let's see. So back to the task at hand. Exactly. Exactly as you do. Is that everything? Did I select everything? Is everything selected? No. Ryan, why don't you do things the easy way, huh? Why do you do them the hard way? Maybe you like being miserable, huh? You ever think about that? Um Now it's like half the time I don't know if I'm not clicking stuff or if it's just taking its precious time. Or should I say my precious time? It's taking my precious time away from me. Okay. What if I do what if I do for this flower here? What if I do a radial gradient? Hey, see where I'm going with this? Buzzing. Go. Then I go whiter in the middle. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let me see something. I just want to see what it's trying to do here. I can't tell. That's my problem. Uh-oh. Bother. Okay. Let's try that. This is the page that never ends. Oh, for the love of... Okay. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. All right. You happy, Ryan? Was it worth it? I don't. I'm not loving the windows. You know what? Let's take away contiguous. Let's just do strips at a time. Because when it breaks it into a gradient, you got to pick like all the general strips of color. Okay. I'm going for another chocolate. And I'll just deselect that for now. Ow! That's not how you deselect, Ryan. Hey, sticky keys. Go throw your body off a building. Does the sticky keys message have a body? I don't know. I don't. But I do know this. If it did, I'd like for it to hurl itself from a building, okay? Now, I'm not a violent man, but, you know, when stuff isn't working out to my liking for this long. I just need it to express myself in violent language sometimes. All right? Can you give me that? Is that fair? Okay. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. I'm not liking it. Let's go lighter. Okay. I think this will make me happy. For once in my life. Just kidding. I'm generally a happy guy. Just not when I'm working in Photoshop most of the time. No, actually, most of these pages have been going really smooth. And lately they've been going real quickly. I don't know why it's fighting with me so much today. But why didn't he select? I feel like it's the second time it's done that now. I'm holding my breath because I can't wait for this to do what I need it to do. Okay, so ow, the sticky keys, get out of my life. How do you get rid of that? I don't know. Okay, because if I hit yes, it continues to do it. If I hit no, it continues to do it. And I don't know how to. I don't know. I feel like I've tried everything with those. All right, but I can't deal with that right now. Okay, so there's that. Now I got to do it again for this one. Oh, I am. You know what? I'm hitting Alt. Shift. This is just fighting with me at every turn. And I, once I get into a mood with it, I start making mistakes and getting in my own dang way and making things worse. Okay. Let me do this guy's apron. And then I'll start the shadow layer. How long have I been going? Hour and a half? A little over. What else? Somebody tell me what else. Oh, excuse me. Gulp. After this, I'll do the shadow layer. I was gonna do this fellow's little red apron. I was gonna go with like a white apron, and I was like, I don't know. I felt like it'd be too much neutral color on that panel. Perhaps this whole page, too much neutral color. So I went with, and he's blue. I went with a red, and I don't know that when I think apron, I definitely don't think red, but I like it. I think it's a successful apron, personally. Move on. We're moving on. So, new layer. Shadows. You're not going to let me rename the layer. Is that the game, Photoshop? Okay. Shadows. And then, let's zoom in here. Work on one panel at a time. Up. Oh, for crying out loud. Do you know how satisfying it would be to just take this computer and launch it out these giant windows behind me that you can't see? I'm pointing at them. I'm pointing directly at like Babe Ruth right now. I'm pointing at the windows behind me. I don't know why. Anyway, so what I need to do with the shadow layer is I'm changing the blending mode, I think it's called, to multiply. I'm also going to bring it down to 40-ish%. 37 will work. And I'm going to pick a purple. I'm going to pick like a nice deeper end, almost purple, but not too dark. I don't need it too dark. I'm going to zoom in even more so. Okay. And then go to brush. I'm going to shrink that brush up a smidge. 10. 10 will do. 10 will do her. And that'll be my perfect shadow color for everything. I'm going to put everything into the third dimension with this purple color. So what does it look like if I don't change the opacity? So I had it 37. Take it off, multiply, just back to normal. Let's take a look. Take a look. I had a boss who would say that all the time. Take a look. So this is what the side of his face would look like with that purple on it. I'm going to erase because I know I went out of the line a little there. All right. So, and I'm just doing this just so you can see why what for the special needs layer stuff. Hold up one. I like to do like a little ridge on like the side of his teeth, the edge of his teeth. This one too. I try to make this one kind of slight. Oh dear. Okay. And then I'll even put a little shadow above the ridge of his eyebrows, which doesn't look too terrible as is, but it is a little much, right? It's a little over the top and dramatic and heavy-handed as is. but that color, like a rich purple. Oh, you know what? I'll do a little bit on this cheek too. And down here. So now we're going to go back to. I'm getting it to 37, man. I mean it. There we go. It doesn't need to be 37. I'm just being. So that's at 37%, that purple, 30%, 37% opacity. So about 40% I usually set it at, give or take. And then with multiply, what's the difference between normal and multiply? I don't know. You do color burn. That looks kind of good. But my problem with that one is it makes him look a little too fleshy. His Bonehead is not flesh. So there's different blending modes you can pick from. I go with multiply. All right. I stick with what I know, personally. You know, you find something that works and you stick with it until the wheels fall off. I have the eraser selected, everybody. There we go. Try that again. Gulp. Drinking my tea over here. Undersides of this arm. Here, that's a little too. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not what you would call a brilliant man. I'm just some guy trying to make something happen. So I posted also to the Discord. Not that anyone's over there. Actually, I think I lost a member on Discord, so I'm down to 5 from 6. But I'm just yelling into the void over there, which is fine. I don't care. I like it. I like it. No, but I posted a picture of this. I don't know. While I'm coloring it, and I also letter it right after. I letter these pages right after I color them. I do the balloons and the dialogue. So while I'm coloring it, I have my script on my desk. It's a 100-page script that ended up being a 247, 200. Okay. Well, I lost connection there for a minute, but it sounds like my roommates are home anyway. I'm gonna end this train wreck, son. Um, but I'll be back before you know it. Um, maybe things will settle down on my dang computer after I end this broadcast. Um, hope you liked what you saw. We've had some good times. We've had some bad times in the past 2 hours. Um, but in the meantime, check out the link in the links in the description. You got my social medias. You got all that stuff. You got friends of the shows, Zirquarian, who's in the chat. You got my friend Kat, who makes jewelry and accessories and stuff. She does handmade laser cut kind of stuff, all kinds of things over there on her site. Then you got MastaFran, who's a guy who I went to art school with. He's doing making game art. He's making comics. He does all kinds of cool stuff on his streams. Check him out. Other than that, don't get caught with your pants down. I'm leaving. I'll be back sometime. See you later. Bye, Zach. Bye, everybody. I love you.